All right, y'all. You know what it means when I'm pouring this stuff, the King's Bay. I got a little fire for this episode today. And it stems from probably the worst experience I've ever had in the last 9 to 10 years, really my whole career as a real estate agent. It's an experience that almost left my buyers completely homeless. I mean, like, they were 4 days from having nowhere to live. And even though not my client, the sellers would have lost out on an opportunity of their lifetime in Texas. And it's just like, it happened because I'm starting to find that in our industry, and that includes title and lending too, by the way. I'm talking about the whole real estate industry. Probably in the last 2 years, like, we're just routinely experiencing, just, I don't know, like a complete inability to apply the simplest of biblical teachings from the books of Matthew and Luke. You've all heard it since grade school. I think it goes something like, treat others the way that you wish to be treated. So my question is this. Is the golden rule really that difficult to apply in business? I mean, seriously. I mean, the application of the golden rule in business is actually rather simple. Do whatever it takes to get a job done for someone else, just as you expect them to do whatever it takes to do a job for you. And this is perhaps the easiest and simplest way to build relationships. So why is this lost on so many people right now? Quite simply, in the last 2 years or so, customer service has simply just devolved into one of apathy and a general lack of passion to just do whatever it takes to get a job done for a client. And this is during a pandemic, which, when excellent customer service is quite possibly the only thing keeping people in business in the first place. Look, let's be real. The real estate industry in the last 20 months or so has just been pure fire. We've talked about it, we've experienced it, and it's still going on. Sellers and agents and mortgage officers and title attorneys, everyone's making hay right now. But don't misunderstand me. I am not taking issue with this aspect of what's going on right now. What I do have an issue with is that good times tend to breed complacency. And then complacency becomes apathy. And if you use the adage that perception is reality, it starts to look like borderline arrogance. And when things are going smoothly, it just feels like it's become increasingly evident that some in our industry aren't willing to just do whatever it takes to get a job done for clients. Because business is just too good right now. I mean, like things are too good. And we just cannot go do what is necessary and go above and beyond for our people that we're hired to do a job for. And to drive this point home, I want to use this example that I mentioned about what happened a couple weeks ago to prove, what it means to do whatever it takes. In my most recent situation, the one that's fueling this show today, I had buyers on the verge of being literally homeless, like in their car. And the sellers on the other side losing their dream home in Texas near their kids due to just like a colossal oversight by the lending and title institutions. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of what they were because, it would be boring, but just understand that this was something that is typically caught 2 to 3 weeks prior to closing, usually when the title work is opened after they've received a purchase contract. And when we were finally informed of what the error was and what needed to happen to resolve it for both the buyer and the seller, there was zero sense of urgency from either entity to just buckle down and do whatever it takes to help these clients. Like, just stop what they're doing and make sure that this could happen. All we were given was a sheet of paper, a hastily made legal document, and we needed to get signatures from 7 strangers that we've never met. And we're told, good luck, and just let us know when you have it. Oh, and you have 48 hours to do it. no one offered any advice on how to go about doing this. And no one explained the legal ramifications of this document in order to give confidence to these 7 strangers to, give them a reason to sign it. And lastly, nobody offered to even go with them in this dire, stressful situation. Nobody offered to go with them to, maybe assist in the acquisition of these signatures from these 7 strangers in 48 hours. And to me, that would be the definition of, maybe doing whatever it takes to get the job done in order to not have homeless families. But this is where the story gets epic. Because in order to get this deal done, I personally contacted a friend of mine, who ironically used to work for the title company in question, and told her what was going on. And without asking for anything, she pulled off one of the most legendary feats of customer service I've ever witnessed in my career in real estate. She helped our clients get what they needed done and accompanied them all the way through it, including driving all the way down to the West Bank of New Orleans to get one of the signatures. That's a 3.5-hour round trip. See, she understood the stakes at hand. And she understood the pain that the buyers and sellers are going to experience if this deal did not close on time. And quite frankly, she's the only one that knew how to get this thing done properly. And she did it for us because she understood the application of the golden rule for business. She treated our clients the same exact way she would have wanted to be treated if she was in this situation. And she did what others who were getting paid did not do. She did whatever it took to get the job done. I've told this story many times over the last few weeks since it happened because it should never have gotten to that point in the first place. It just made me so angry that I had to go outside of the transaction to find someone willing to inconvenience themselves in order to help and go above and beyond for someone else. And many of the agents I've told this story to have actually expressed to me some situations they've had that are very similar, where you've had businesses and customer service-oriented people just not really taking the initiative to step up and exhaust all means to an end to ensure that our clients succeed in what they've hired us to do. It isn't a good look, y'all. Excellent customer service is the only thing separating us from getting our lunch eaten by the big tech real estate companies that are actively trying to make agents and mortgage lenders and private title companies, completely unnecessary to the transaction. And if we continue down this road and customers start to expect, half-assed effort when things start to get a little tough, we might as well just turn in our licenses and our MLS logins and just peace out. But I do have some advice. After we discuss this whole thing today, here is my advice and what I've learned from all of this. Going above and beyond should now be the new normal. And then go above and beyond that. This has been Rum and Real Estate. Thank you for joining me today. Leave your comments and questions below. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button and subscribe over here. And if you want to see some more awesome Rum and Real Estate videos, you can check them out over here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.